friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is about logarithm, and in this video I'm going to tell you how to find log, antilog, negative of antilog, and all this we are going to do without using any log table or without using the calculator. So we are going to solve this by simple formulas, and also don't forget to stay till the end, because in the end I'll tell you how to find the log of 23 without any kind of calculator, only by using a simple formula. So let's start. So to find the log of any number, you have to know these formulas. Okay, you just need to know these formulas and values, and with the help of them you can find the log of any number. So now the formula here, it says that log a into b is log a plus log b. Then log a into b to the power x is log a plus x times log b. Now here if you have something like, it was log a into b to the power x. So when you have something like log a into log b, you make it as log a plus log b. So it was b to the power x. Now if you have something like log a number and there is something to the power of that number, so what you can do is that power comes and it gets multiplied with the log, and then it becomes log a plus x times log b. Okay, for example, if you have something like log 2 cube, so here this 3 comes over here and it gets multiplied, and this becomes 3 times log 2. Okay, that is 3 into log 2. So that is a formula. Then similarly over here also you have negative of log. Okay, minus log x into 10 to the power minus y is equal to y minus log x, and then log into x into 10 to the power minus y is equal to minus y plus log x. Now you need to learn these formulas. I'll tell you how to use them and find the log of any number. Now what are these? These are the important values for antilog and negative of antilog. Okay, so when we are going to find the values of antilog or negative of antilog, we need to know the value of these numbers. Like suppose if in that particular sum you get something like 0.1, so you have to substitute the value as 1.26. If you get something like 2 into 0.1, you have to substitute the value as 1.58. If you get something like 0.3, you have to substitute 2 as the value. These are the values we need to know for finding the antilog or negative of antilog. Okay, and then this is the values for last digit. Now I'll tell you what last digit actually means. Like we are going to divide that particular number, and then if the last digit comes, then if the last digit is from 0 to 2, we are going to substitute these values. Similarly for 3 to 5, we are going to substitute this value. So like that we are going to substitute the values. If the last digit suppose is from 7 to 8, we are going to substitute this value. So you need to know this value, and then some important log values over here you can see. Now only these 4 log values you need to remember. Rest all you can calculate. Like you need to know the value of log 2, log 3, log 5 and log 7. That's all. Rest all I'll tell you how to calculate. So first I suggest you to make a note of all these formulas so that we can start with our log sums. So let's find the log of 6.2. Now in this, first we are going to remove this decimal from 6.2. Now this 6.2 can be written as 62 into 10 to the power minus 1. So I hope you understand this. Okay, I have removed the decimal. Now we can apply one of the formulas which we just studied now. And the formula goes like this, that log x into 10 to the power minus y is equal to minus y plus log x. This was one of the formulas which I just told you to note down. So with this formula we are going to solve this question. So we're going to apply this formula, and this becomes minus 1. So here minus y is minus 1 plus log x. So here x is 62 when we compare with this formula. So we are going to write minus 1 plus log of 62. Now over here we are going to split the 62 in terms of 2. Yeah, so we are going to do like 2 into multiplied by multiples of 2, so that we can make it like 2 cube or 2 to the power 4, something like that. So we are going to write this 62 in such a way that we are going to write it as like 2 into something. So if you see, when you do 2 into 31, you get it as 62. But since 31 is an odd number and we can't make it like in the form of 2 to the power something, so we are going to make it as even. Okay, we are going to make it even. So we are going to round off to the next even number. So we will make it as 2 into 32. So no matter if it is odd, you can make it into 2 into 32. If it is already 32, then not a problem. So we are doing this so that in order to make it as even, and then we can get it in the power of 2. Now if you see this, 2 into 32 can be written as 2 to the power 6. If you multiply 2 6 times, you get 2 into 32. So we wrote it as 2 to the power 6. So here with this we can say that log 62 can be written as log 2 to the power 6. Okay, now what is this log 2 to the power 6? Now I told you when there is something in the power, it comes over here and gets multiplied. So this becomes 6 times log of 2. Now in the starting I even told you that we need to remember the values of log 2, log 3, log 5 and log 7. So I told you that the value of log 2 you need to remember is 0.3010. Okay, you just need to remember the log values of these 4 numbers, that is 3, 5, 2, 3, 5 and 7. So we're going to put the value of log 2 0.3010, and when we multiply this it comes out to be 1.8060. Okay, so we got the value of log 62. Now what was the question? This was our question. Okay, this is what we had to do in order to get the value of log 6.2. So minus 1 plus log 62. So we're going to do minus 1 plus log 62, that is minus 1 plus 1.8060, this value, and this comes out to be 0.8060. So this is the value of log 6.2. Okay, so let's find the antilog of 2.38. Now in the starting I told you that we need to consider some important values for antilog and for the negative of antilog. Now we are going to use those values and find the antilogs. So first we have got here 2.38, we have got a decimal. So we will take the number which appears before decimal, that is 2. 2 is appearing before decimal, and we will take 10 to the power 2. Okay, so anything that appears before decimal we will take it as the power of 10. So 10, and then whatever number appears before decimal. So before decimal here we have 2. So we will take 10 to the power 2. Okay, so this is a trick to solve antilog. Now we are going to multiply and we are going to write the rest of the number. Now in this 2.38, if you remove that particular 2, then what is left? 0.38 is left if you remove 2. Okay, or if I say you subtract 2.38 from 2, you get 0.38. So 0.38 is left. Now keep this 10 square aside for some time and we will solve this 0.38 over here. Now this 0.38, it can be written as 0.3. It can be written as 0.3 plus 0.08. Okay, this 0.3 can be written, 0.38 can be written as 0.3 plus 0.08. Now over here, this we have got 0.3 as the value. Now in the starting I told you that if you get something like 0.3, you have to substitute the value 2. So here you got 0.3, so we are going to substitute the value 2. And now this is our last digit. Okay, this comes last, this is our last digit. Now in the last digit part, we have got the number 8. Now I told you that whenever you have this last digit part and whenever your number is from 7 to 8, you're going to substitute this value. So we are going to substitute here 1.20 for last digit. Now we are going to multiply them and we are going to bring back a 10 square over here and multiply. So when we multiply all this, we get the answer as 2.40 into 10 square, and this is the value of antilog of 2.38. Now I'll tell you how to find the negative of antilog. Okay, so here we will find the antilog of minus 3.17. So whenever you have a negative of antilog, whatever the number is given, you're going to round it off to the next number. So this will be rounded off to 4.00. Okay, so if you had something like 5.16, you would have rounded off to 6.00. Okay, so you'll round it off to the next number. Okay, so here we have rounded off to 4.00. So what you're going to do is you're going to do this 4 minus 3.17. Now you get the answer as 0.83. Okay, so we will write it as 0.83 into, here we had rounded off to 4. So what was the number before decimal? It was 4. So we're going to write 10 to the power 4, and this time we're going to write as minus 4 because we are solving negative of antilog over here. So here we have got 0.83 into 10 to the power minus 4. Now We are going to keep this 10 to the power 4 aside for some time, and we are going to solve this 0.83. So now this 0.83 can be written as 0.3 plus 0.3 plus 2 into 0.1 plus 0.03, okay, into 10 to the power minus 4. So if you remember, these were our log values. So here what I did was basically the 0.83. Now I'll take it as 0.8 and 0.03. Okay, now what I've done, this step is what I'm showing right now. So the 0.83 can be written as 0.8 plus 0.03. Now keep the 0.03 aside for the last digit values. Now this 0.8, further I'm going to divide it. I'm going to write it in such a way that I use these three values. Okay, so this can be written as 0.3 plus 0.3. Now this becomes 0.6. Now plus we can write it as 2 into 0.1. So now this becomes 0.8. Okay, this becomes 0.6 plus 0.2. This is 0.2. 2 into 0.1 is 0.2. So if you add this, this becomes 0.8. So this 0.8 can be written as 0.3 plus 0.3 plus 2 times 0.1. Like in the form of these three values, we have to always write the starting part of that the starting part of the number, so that we can substitute these values. And this 0.03, it will take the values of the last digit ones. Okay, here are the last digit values. So this is how I wrote 0.83 as 0.8 plus 0.03, and further I divided 0.8 in terms of these three values, and I got this, and in the last plus 0.03, this value. So this is what I got over here. So let me just rub it. Right, so this is what I got over here after dividing the 0.83, and then in the last your 10 to the power minus 4 will come in the last. Now simply we're going to substitute the values. This 0.3 will take the value of 2, okay, and this 0.3 will also take the value of 2. Now here 2 into 0.1 is 1.58, so we are going to write it as 1.58. Now this was our last digit of decimal, so it will take the value of last digit numbers. Now in the last digit part we have got 3. So in this last digit values, whenever we have got a number from 3 to 5, we are going to put the value 1.10. So for this we will put the value as 1.10. Okay, now we are going to multiply all of them, and we will bring our 10 to the power minus 4 in the bottom. Now by multiplying all these three, what we get the answer as 6.952 into 10 to the power minus 4. So this is our final value. So we get an approximate value after solving it without using any kind of log table or without using any kind of calculator. So this is the value of anti-log of minus 3.17. Now let's solve one more question of negative antilog, and this time we have to find the antilog of minus 2.197. So what was our first step? Our first step was to round off this decimal number. So when we round off this 2 point something something, we get the rounded off number as 3. Okay, we will have to just round it off to the next number. So this becomes 3.00 triple zeros. So we have rounded off to that number, and what we were supposed to do, we are supposed to subtract. We are supposed to subtract this 2.197 from that 3, and what we get is 0.803. So this is what we get when we subtract it after rounding off. So what we have to do first, we have to write it as 10 to the power whatever the number is before decimal. So we have rounded off our question number to this 3. So whatever we have got before decimal is 3. Now we are going to write it as 10 to the power 3, and since it is a negative antilog, we are going to write it as minus 3, 10 to the power minus 3. Now what was the next step? Whatever we got after subtracting, we are going to put it over here, and this becomes 0.803 into 10 to the power minus 3. Now we are going to further solve this 0.803 and keep this 10 to the power minus 3 aside for some time. Now again this 0.803, it can be written as 0.8 plus 0.003. If you add this, you get this 0.803. Now this is our last digit, this 0.03 is our last digit, and here in the last digit we have got 3. So we will place the value of 1.10 since our last digit is 3. So that we will keep aside. First we will solve this 0.8. Now since this 0.8 is the starting digit, we are going to get the 0.8 in terms of these 3. So we are going to again write it as 0.3 plus 0.3. Now this becomes 0.6. Now plus we are going to write it as 0.1 into 0.1 into 2. So when you add these 3, what you get it as? You get it as 0.8. Okay, then you bring this down and write it as plus 0.003. Now just you need to add substitute those values. Now this 0.3, what was the value for 0.3? The value was 2. So we are going to write 2 over here, 2 over here. Then for this, the value was 1.58. So you write it as 1.58, and this is our last digit. So the values for last digit were this ones, and if you've got a number like 3 in the last digit, you have to substitute the value 1.10. So we're going to put 1.10 and multiply all of them. After substituting the values, you have to multiply and bring that 10 to the power minus 3 over here down and multiply. Okay, now after multiplying all these, you get the answer as 6.952 into 10 to the power minus 3. So this is an approximate answer. So this is the value of antilog of minus 2.197. So since we are done with our log, antilog and negative of antilog, I'll tell you how to find the log of numbers like 23, which you cannot find directly. So I'll tell you how to find it with using a simple formula and without using a calculator. So first thing what we're going to do is, so let me tell you the formula first. So the formula for this is log A plus B is equal to log A plus B divided by 2.42 times A. So this is our formula. Okay, now let's find the log of 23. Now this log of 23 can be written as log 2.3 into 10. Okay, 23 can be written as 2.3 into 10. Now if you have something like log A into B, now I told you in the starting that if something like log A into B, you write it as log A plus log B. So similarly I'm going to do over here also. Log 2.3 into 10 can be written as log 2.3 plus log 10, okay, by using this formula. So log 2.3 plus log 10. Now log 10 value is 1, we all know. Okay, so log 10 value is 1. Now we are going to write it as log 2.3 plus 1. So how to find the value of this? Now here we can apply our formula, this one. Okay, so if you see, this is in the form of log A plus B. So just put this formula over here and this becomes log A. Now here A is, suppose just assume A is 2.3 and B is 1 and apply this formula log A plus B, which is log A plus B by 2.42 into A. So when you apply that formula, what you get as, okay, so here's a small mistake. We don't have to consider this one. We will consider like this, log 2.3 plus 1. We'll put this one aside for some time. We'll consider only this log 2.3 and we will get it in the form of log A plus B. So this log 2.3, first we'll solve it. Now this can be written as log 2 plus 0.3. Okay, now it is correct. Now it becomes log A plus B. Now we will apply that formula of log A plus B and this becomes log 2 plus, what was our formula? Log A plus B times 2 by 4. So B over here is 0.3. So 0.3 divided by 2.42 times A. A here is 0, A here is 2. So divided by 2. Now I told you in the starting the value of log 2. The value of log 2 is 0.3010 plus 0.3 divided by 2.42 times 2. So when you solve it, you get the answer as 0.361. So this is the value of log 2.3. Now what we were supposed to do, we had to do log 2.3 plus 1 to get our log 23. So when we do log 2.3 plus 1, it becomes 0.361 plus 1, that is 1.361. Now this is the value of log 23, 1.361. The value of log 23 comes out to be 1.361, and we did this without using a calculator, only by a simple formula, this one. So you can solve other log also by using this kind of formula. So with this we have completed our logarithm concept, and I hope you understood the whole video. So if you like the video, then don't forget to press the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, if you want more of such videos, then let me know in the comment section below. So thank you for watching my video.